I think at the moment that life is tough because you can only get a pint out of a pint bottle, and therefore that means that there are only a certain amount of specific design jobs available. And the idea of a Churchill competition gives them the very first thought that they may have of using their talents to produce something within specific terms, which is commercial, because never forget that however brilliant a lot of these designers are, they have to earn a living, and I think what we're doing is helping them on that route.
You know, it's very, very important that students get a break and work to real briefs, and I think that's the thing that, you know, cannot be underestimated. So to work on a real brief and maybe design packaging or design apparel or design footwear, whatever the case may be, is something that the students are, they're desperate for that.
I took part in the Churchill competition in 2013.
Back in 2013.
2014.
In 2015.
2015.
In March of 2019.
So spring 2020.
And I am in New York.
From New Zealand.
I'm in Athens right now.
I entered the competition because my dad has always spoken about Churchill. He often quotes Churchill, and I really didn't know much about him, so I used it as an opportunity to explore his life and then make an artwork about it.
So what I did was I took some of the milestones from his life and decided to convey them in an animated video. And at that point I didn't really know much about digital animation, but I wanted to challenge myself as I felt that the brief was a great opportunity to kind of develop my skills.
If you just graduated and not had any professional projects as yet, entering this competition will give you the discipline and the organisational skills of researching an idea and then taking it to an end result and then submitting it to a deadline. That's going to be a great discipline. It's going to look good in your portfolio. I think if you get shortlisted, it's going to be an incredible experience for you. If you overcome both those hurdles and you're lucky enough to be a winner, you will get the opportunity to work with an incredible design company, and they will teach you so much, and you will take that into your working life.
I still have that I was a finalist on my CV. I think that's great, and also you meet loads of contacts. Pentland as a whole could really open many doors for you.
It was a great opportunity to get in the room with a lot of influential people. As a young designer who just graduated, the chances of me being in a room with the creative director of Pentland, Kay Green, the Pol Roger family and the Churchill family all in one sitting is impossible.
And there's some tasty reward money, if I remember. Why not?
The journey towards the outcome was extremely beneficial to me, I would say, because it was the first big design project I was working on. Coming from an arts background, it really allowed me to develop those skills in a very fruitful way.
I think the biggest learning that I had was just to really trust myself and trust when I feel passionate and excited about something to just follow that, because you know things are clicking and that's when you're going to get the best outcome.
You know, it could lead to full-time employment, or it could launch them as a brand. I mean, that's the thing which is brilliant. And, you know, we've done quite a few competitions over the years, Arts Thread, but Churchill, without a shadow of a doubt, is the numero uno in that respect.
The first professional thing that I ever did was the Churchill competition. It led me to the work placement that I did, which led me to the job that I had, which led me to the promotions that I had and the extra responsibility that I had to go through. It was the perfect start to how I envisioned my career to be moving forward. So it was probably one of the most impactful things that I did.
But I think my favourite project with Pentland was working with Canterbury, where I basically illustrated the history of the brand in a kind of bio-tapestry way inside an old ice bath that was taken from the original Twickenham rugby ground, and it's something I'm really proud of.
Being hosted at Pol Roger, I was lucky enough to be hosted by them in their vineyard in Pentland in France, so that was really incredible.
We did the activation for Weather Day Glasses. Seeing you work in an environment where you've got all these people coming in looking at it, and it can hold its own with the work of another designer who you really admire and appreciate. Like, it sits well with what they're doing and their vision, and to be able to contribute to that.
The competition gave me the confidence to pursue my dream to become a designer, and it provided me with the experience to stand out from other graduates.
The competition is so positive.
It teaches people about Churchill and about his ethos. When you're going through hell, keep going. Because when you're entering into this career, it's not easy. And actually you'll get rejection after rejection. When you hear about Churchill and you hear about how his positivity and damn-mindedness got him through, this is exactly the same attitude you need to have as a young designer.